Imagine walking into a pig pen to feed animals you raised for years and never walking back out. In Oregon, a farmer disappeared inside his own enclosure. In Russia, a routine feeding reportedly became fatal after a woman collapsed. In medieval France, pigs were arrested, tried, and sentenced for killing humans. And in Canada, a pig farm became one of the largest crime scenes in the country's history. So, yes, pigs can eat humans. But that frightening sentence hides a far more interesting question. Do pigs actually see human beings as prey, or are they intelligent opportunists reacting to extreme circumstances? Because by the end of this story, the same animal that appears capable of consuming a human body will also be helping scientists keep human bodies alive. In September 2012, 69-year-old Terry Vance Garner went to feed his hogs on a farm in Oregon. Hours later, a relative found his dentures and scattered remains inside the enclosure. Most of his body had been consumed. Some of the hogs reportedly weighed around 700 pounds. But investigators could never establish exactly what happened first. Garner might have suffered a medical emergency, been knocked down, or been attacked. And that uncertainty matters. A pig consuming a body does not automatically prove that the pig killed the person. The animal may be an attacker, a scavenger, or both. In February 2019, Russian media reported another disturbing case in Udmurtia. A 56-year-old farmer was believed to have suffered a seizure while feeding her pigs. She collapsed inside the pen and was found the next morning. Investigators reportedly concluded that she died from blood loss after the animals bit her. The pigs had not hunted or ambushed her. A conscious human suddenly became motionless inside a confined feeding space, and the animals reacted. That pattern appears repeatedly: isolation, a fall, unconsciousness, illness, and no immediate escape. The danger is not limited to farm pens. A global study of wild pig attacks between 2000 and 2019 found 1,532 victims and 172 deaths across 29 countries. Just over half the fatal attacks occurred in India, followed by China, with cases across Europe, Southeast Asia, North America, and elsewhere that average 8.6 deaths per year, more than the average number of fatal shark attacks during the same period. But here is the detail sensational headlines usually remove. Only 7 victims appeared to be targets of predatory behavior. In just 3 cases, tissue was consumed after death. Most appeared defensive, often involving a surprised, threatened, cornered, or wounded wild pig. 97% happened in rural areas. A charging wild boar and a domestic hog feeding on a collapsed person are not the same event, even if both are called a pig attack. Humans did not always understand that distinction. In 1457, in Savigny, France, a sow and her 6 piglets were tried after a 5-year-old boy was killed. The sow was convicted, while the piglets were spared because their participation could not be proved. Medieval courts asked whether the pig was guilty. Modern investigators ask what occurred before, during, and after death. Can pigs really make a body disappear? Movies often claim pigs will consume everything except the teeth. In 2023, forensic researchers tested that legend. They used animal carcasses as human analogs, plus donated human teeth, not a human body. The pigs consumed soft tissue, bone, and even human teeth. Fragments were recovered inside the enclosure and after digestion. Only 29% of the human teeth were recovered, but many still carried identifying information. So pigs cannot magically erase every trace of a person, but they can destroy, scatter, digest, and alter evidence enough to complicate an investigation. That is why Canada's Robert Pickton case became infamous. Pickton was convicted of murdering 6 women. Remains or DNA from 33 women were found on his pig farm. A witness said Pickton described feeding remains to pigs, and health officials warned that pork from the farm might have been contaminated with human remains. Yet the claim that every victim was fed to pigs was never conclusively established. The truth is already horrifying. It does not need exaggeration. Because pigs are omnivores, their digestive system processes plant and animal material. A pig has no moral disgust or biological barrier telling it human tissue is sacred. But that does not make pigs natural man-eaters. Domestic pigs are generally manageable. Aggression becomes more likely around food, stress, confinement, or newborn piglets. In Italy in 2019, a sow fatally attacked a man who entered an enclosure with a 2-year-old child to see her piglets. That was defense, Not feeding. Why do some religions forbid pork? The answer is not that ancient people discovered pigs eating humans. Judaism and Islam explicitly prohibit pork. The Torah classifies the pig as ritually unclean because it has a divided hoof, but does not chew cud. The Quran also forbids the flesh of swine. Proposed explanations include disease from poorly cooked meat, the difficulty of raising pigs in dry environments, competition for resources, and diet becoming a marker separating communities. But no single explanation has been proved. Cultures also differ. Across parts of Melanesia and the Pacific, pigs have represented wealth, rank, and ritual. To one society, the pig can be unclean. To another, it is prestige. In 2025, scientists examined plaque on 8,000-year-old pig teeth from southern China. They found cooked rice, yams, and traces of waste contaminated with human parasites. This suggests domestication partly began when less aggressive wild boars scavenged near human settlements. Our relationship with pigs may have started at the edge of the ancient rubbish pile. Pigs also do not wallow simply because they love filth. They have few functional sweat glands, so mud cools them. Given space, they avoid defecating where they rest. They can use mirrors to locate hidden food and learn to move a video game cursor using a joystick with their snouts. Biologically, pigs are also useful human models. We are both omnivores with important similarities in our skin, digestion, organs, and cardiovascular function. In 2024, surgeons transplanted the first genetically edited pig kidney into a living human. In 2025, formal clinical trials began. The animal feared for consuming human organs may one day supply organs that save thousands of human lives. So will pigs eat humans? Yes. The evidence is undeniable. But do pigs normally hunt people as food? No. Most cases involve defense, opportunity, injury, unconsciousness, or scavenging, not a secret appetite for human beings. Pigs are not evil. They are intelligent, powerful animals operating without human morality. We have turned them into food, wealth, religious symbols, scientific models, and monsters. But perhaps the most unsettling truth is also the simplest. A pig does not understand that the human body is sacred. Only humans do, after learning that a pig can consume our bodies, yet may also provide organs that keep us alive. Do you see pigs as dangerous, or simply misunderstood?